What's up guys, 6X Player here doing deck profile for my Eradicator Dragonic Descendant. This deck is super competitive and it got me top 4 at my locals tournament recently. So let's get started. The starter is Eradicator, Ambush Eradicator Dragon Lynchu. Right on top of it, he goes to the rear guard. When this unit boosts an Eradicator and the attack hits, you can combat 1, put this card in the soul, and choose one of your opponent's grade 1 or less rear guards and retire it. Retires any grade 1 or less. This card is amazing just because he's a 5k booster and you can kill off any good starter your opponent has. Like in the tournament, I killed off Conroe. I killed off those 10k Vanguard boosters, those 10k attackers. This card is amazing. I think it's one of the best starters in the game. Next, I run 2 of the main cards. Eradicator Dragonic Descendant. 1's SP. Now, I only run 2 just because he is a late game card. His limit break is, you can combat 1, choose 3 Eradicator cards from your hand, and discard them. When the attack does not hit, you can stand the Vanguard, and he gets +1 critical. You cannot use the effect for the rest of the turn. So, his effect only works when the attack does not hit. So, I've seen it so many times my opponent does not guard him at 4 damage. So, he's a pure late game card. But he is amazing just because he can stand back up with a critical. You only need 1 combat and discard 3 Eradicator cards. So that second effect is combats 2 cards with Eradicator and he gets +5,000. So he's a pretty late game finisher card. And with the break ride, he can swing for 26 with the 10k booster. He can swing for 36. So yeah, your opponent is not going to guard him that much. But at 5 damage, he's a really good card. Next off, I run 2 Sweep Command Eradicator Dragons. This card has won me so many games just because he can kill off your opponent's front row. His effect is, when it's placed under a Vanguard, you can soul charge 1 rear guard with Eradicator and retire one of your opponent's front row rear guards. His limit break is, whenever a card is put in the drop zone, or opponent's rear guard is put in the drop zone by my card effect, I can combat 2, Soul Blast 2, retire another rear guard your opponent has in the front row, and I can draw 1 card and he gets +5,000. So he can kill off the front row pretty easily with the break ride. I run 3 break ride. Warring Sword Dragon. Now break ride skill is, when you ride on top of it, the Vanguard gets +10,000 and you retire one of your opponent's rear guard in the front row. So he works well with sweep. Kill one with this. Bloom break again. Kill another one. Front row gone. And with Descendant gets Descendant gets us +10,000, which helps him when he stands back up. So pretty good. I run 3 break ride just because I have so much hand fixing ability and draw power in this deck. So 7 grade 3s. I run 4 the 12k attackers for the deck. Vanguard has Eradicator in its name. This unit can attack for 12k. 4 Spark Rain Dragons. I run 2 Zuitons. Only 2 because his skill is, when you have a Vanguard with Eradicator in its name, and the attack hits a Vanguard. When this unit attack hits a Vanguard, you can soul charge 1 and unflip 1 damage. So he's a damage unflipper for the deck. 2 is fine, just because I know I can manage my damage pretty well. So, I only want 2. 4 Eradicator Choyu's. Choyu's a pretty good card. He works well with the Sweep Command deck, Sweep Command card. His skill is, when he's placed on the Vanguard or rear guard, you can soul charge 1 Eradicator card, rear guard you have, and and you can kill one of your opponent's rear guards in the front row. So this works well with this. Just if you don't get the break ride off, you can call him, soul charge 1, kill one of your opponent's rear guards in the front row, and then his no break kills another one. So pretty simple. Now I play 2 Dragonic Death Sights. Dragonic Death Sight skill is combats 2 when he's placed on a Vanguard rearguard, you can choose one opponent's rearguard, grade 2 or less rearguard, and retire it. So it's pretty good, especially when if I don't get the break right or the sweep command dragon, and if I have to ride Descendant, I can use both of these counterblasts pretty well, because Descendant only needs one counterblast. So 2 Dragonic Death Sights. On to the grade 1s. I run 4 Eradicator Caster. This card is amazing just because his skill is when he's placed on the rearguard, and if your opponent has 2 or less rearguards, you can discard 1 card and draw 1 card. So he's pretty good because Descendant needs Eradicator's 3 Eradicator cards in his name in your hand for his effect. So he can fix your hand, and plus this deck is a retire deck, so you need cards that retire in your hand so your deck can work pretty well. So he fixes your hand, so I think a 4 is a must. 2 Eradicator Shuki. When a rearguard is retired by one of my card effects, putting the drop zone, this unit gets plus 3000. So it's a good 10k attacker and a booster. So with this is a 22 column, which has happened many times. So good card. 2 of the 10k boosters. I draw them enough, so I only want 2. When it boosts a Vanguard with the Eradicator, and if your opponent has 3 or more damage, the booster unit gets 4000, so it's a 10k booster. Works really well with Descendant. I run 3 Demolition Dragon Eradicator. Vanguard with Eradicator's name, this unit gets plus 3000 when it attacks. So a good early game rush. 4 Eradicator Perfect Guards. The new Perfect Guard for Eradicator. I run 4 crit, 6 crit for Eradicators. 4 draw for Eradicator, and then 2 normal draw. So 6 crit, 6 draw. The 6 draw really helps the deck since Descendant needs a hand, and it helps Sweep Command get those cards that are retire cards, and Caster can always discard those draw triggers to let me draw more to fix my hand. So yeah, 6 crit, 6 draw, and lastly 4 heals. The tournament was really fun to play, just because everyone was using cards from the set 10. It was a big tournament, so I top 4 in it. So I was really happy about that. So in top 4, it was my Eradicator Descendant deck, Angel Feathers Zorakil deck, Bermuda Triangle custom made deck, and Shadow Paladin Idana deck. So our tournament was pretty, like, everyone was using different decks, so it was really fun to play. I hope you guys enjoyed the deck profile. Comment, rate, subscribe really helps me out, and see you next time. Thanks for watching.